Have you noticed lately that your legs seem to feel heavier than they used to? Perhaps you've spotted swelling around your ankles after a long day, or maybe your skin has changed color slightly, showing faint red or brown spots that weren't there before. Many people over 65 see these signs and simply dismiss them, thinking, it's just part of getting older. But what if I told you these seemingly harmless changes in your legs are actually critical messages your heart is desperately trying to send? Your heart can't speak, but your legs can. Think of your legs as a mirror reflecting your heart's health. When your heart struggles, your legs become its voice, providing early warnings long before more obvious symptoms appear. Unfortunately, most people miss these signals, leaving their heart's quiet cries for help unanswered until it's too late. Scientific studies reveal a startling truth. After age 65, your risk of cardiovascular problems skyrockets. In fact, over 4 million seniors suffer from heart failure, a condition where the heart becomes too weak to pump blood effectively. Tragically, many realize they have this condition only when they're rushed to a hospital. Yet, research published by the Mayo Clinic shows that over 70% of people experiencing heart failure had early signs, especially in their legs, that were overlooked or mistaken for normal aging. Today, we're going to decode these vital leg signals your heart sends, examining 7 distinct warning signs you should never ignore. Some are subtle, others more obvious, and a few are even missed by doctors themselves. But understanding these signs could mean the difference between catching heart problems early or facing severe consequences later. Before we dive into these crucial details, please consider subscribing and activating notifications. Here at our channel, we deliver scientifically accurate information to help you maintain your health and live longer, stronger lives. Your heart silently protects you. It's time you learned its secret language. Now let's begin by discovering how your heart reveals itself through swelling in your ankles. The first, often ignored, cry for help. Section 1. Ankle swelling, your heart's cry for help. Have you ever taken off your shoes in the evening and noticed that your socks left deep impressions around your ankles? Maybe you've pressed your thumb gently against your ankle, and it left behind a small indentation that took several seconds to fade away. This seemingly minor swelling, known medically as edema, might appear insignificant, but in reality, it's your heart's subtle way of sending an urgent message for help. Here's what's happening inside your body. Think of your heart as the main pump of your body's plumbing system. With every heartbeat, it pushes blood loaded with oxygen and nutrients throughout your body, from your head down to your toes. As you age, however, especially after 65, this pump can start to weaken. Decades of pumping tirelessly begin to take their toll, causing your heart to lose some of its strength and efficiency. As a result, blood doesn't return to your heart as easily as it once did. Instead, gravity pulls it downwards, causing it to accumulate, particularly in the lowest parts of your body, your feet and ankles. When blood collects in your ankles, the pressure inside your veins rises. Imagine holding your finger against the end of a garden hose. Pressure builds up, and eventually water begins to leak out from tiny openings. Similarly, the increased pressure in your veins causes fluid to leak into surrounding tissues, creating swelling that becomes noticeable around your ankles. Many people mistakenly believe ankle swelling is simply due to aging or fatigue from standing or sitting too long. But medical research paints a different and more alarming picture. A groundbreaking study by the Mayo Clinic found that more than 70% of individuals diagnosed with heart failure first experienced swelling in their legs and ankles, often months or even years before developing more apparent heart symptoms such as shortness of breath or chest pain. Why does swelling around your ankles specifically signal heart trouble after age 65? The reason is straightforward yet profound. Your heart and blood vessels naturally become less elastic and less efficient as you age. Additionally, age-related conditions such as high blood pressure, diabetes, and reduced kidney function, all common after 65, compound this problem. Each of these conditions makes it even harder for your heart to pump blood effectively, turning mild ankle swelling into an early indicator of underlying cardiovascular strain. But not all swelling automatically signals heart failure. Kidney disease, liver problems, and venous insufficiency can also cause edema. However, ankle swelling related to heart issues has distinctive traits. It typically worsens throughout the day, especially after extended periods of sitting or standing. In the morning, after resting horizontally all night, swelling often reduces. A critical sign to watch for is pitting edema. If you press firmly with your finger and an indentation remains visible for several seconds, This strongly indicates fluid retention due to heart-related issues. So, what should you do if you notice ankle swelling? First, don't ignore it. Many people dismiss it as harmless, but recognizing it as a potential sign of heart trouble is crucial. Take note of when the swelling occurs, its severity, and whether certain activities exacerbate it. Documenting this can be invaluable when consulting your healthcare provider. Second, significantly reduce your salt intake. Salt, sodium, retains water, causing your body to hold on to extra fluid and increasing swelling. Hidden salt is especially abundant in processed foods, canned soups, snacks, and even bread. Start reading food labels carefully. Your heart will thank you. Third, elevate your legs whenever possible. When watching TV, reading, or resting, place your feet on a stool or cushion. Elevating your legs helps gravity move the fluid back toward your heart, alleviating some pressure from your veins and reducing swelling. Fourth, incorporate gentle but regular physical activity into your daily routine. Even short walks or simple stretching exercises can activate the calf muscles, which act as natural pumps to push blood upwards, helping relieve swollen ankles. Finally, and most importantly, consult your doctor promptly if swelling is new, worsening rapidly, or accompanied by other symptoms like shortness of breath, fatigue, or chest discomfort. Early detection and management can prevent serious complications, allowing your heart to continue doing its vital job effectively. Section 2. Skin discoloration. Hidden signs of circulatory stress. Have you ever paused to look closely at your legs and noticed small, irregular patches or subtle changes in skin color? Perhaps tiny brownish spots appeared seemingly out of nowhere, or your lower legs exhibit a faintly purple or reddish hue, almost as if someone has gently painted them. Many seniors assume these changes are merely age-related or cosmetic, but the truth is more significant. Your skin is quietly trying to warn you about stress and strain within your circulatory system. These discolorations are much more than superficial marks. They are hidden messages from your veins and arteries, signs that blood flow within your body isn't as smooth as it should be. Here's why. Imagine your circulatory system as a vast network of roads and highways, with your heart as the main pump propelling traffic, your blood, throughout your body. Healthy veins and arteries ensure blood flows smoothly, supplying nutrients and oxygen to every part of you. But as we age, especially after 65, this network can become compromised, often through narrowed arteries, weakened vein walls, or increased pressure within the vessels. Let's decode the colors your skin may display, as each tells a unique story. Brown or bronze-like discolorations usually appear around the ankles and lower legs. They develop when tiny blood vessels, under high pressure, leak blood cells into surrounding tissue. These cells eventually break down and leave behind deposits of iron, creating a rust-like pigmentation on your skin. You might ask, why would these vessels leak? The answer is straightforward. Persistent high venous pressure due to inefficient blood return, often from weakened heart function or damaged veins, forces blood to escape into nearby tissues. Purple or reddish patches on your legs indicate a different issue. These hues suggest that your veins contain blood that's been stagnant for too long and deprived of oxygen. Normally, your blood is bright red, filled with fresh oxygen delivered from your lungs. But when circulation slows down, blood gradually loses its oxygen, darkening to a bluish-purple hue that's visible through the skin. Most alarming, perhaps, are discolorations that change with your leg position. If your legs turn pale when elevated, yet dark purple or red when lowered, this is a hallmark sign of severe peripheral artery disease. It signals arteries are significantly narrowed, dramatically increasing the risk of heart disease and stroke. In fact, a groundbreaking study published in the Journal of the American College of Cardiology discovered that individuals with these skin changes have a staggering 60% greater risk of serious cardiovascular events compared to those without. There's also a subtler sign that many miss, a web-like pattern of reddish veins around the ankles called corona phlebectatica. Though it looks harmless, like tiny spider veins, it can actually be an early sign of chronic venous insufficiency, a condition where veins fail to return blood effectively to your heart, gradually placing enormous strain on your cardiovascular system. Why is recognizing these discolorations so critical? Simply put, the same processes causing these visible skin changes also occur internally, within vital organs like your heart, kidneys, and brain. You just can't see them. Left unchecked, circulatory problems can escalate into serious health conditions, including heart attack, stroke, and organ failure. Moreover, compromised blood flow means compromised healing. Even small cuts or bruises on discolored skin often take weeks or even months to heal properly. The reason is clear. Without proper blood flow, your body struggles to deliver immune cells, nutrients, and oxygen, the essential elements needed for tissue repair. Here's what you can do to address these discolorations and protect your heart health. First, inspect your legs daily. Make this a habit, perhaps during bathing or applying moisturizer. Keep an eye out for new discolorations and document changes by taking periodic photos. Showing these to your doctor can be crucial in diagnosing potential circulatory issues early. Second, boost your circulation through regular physical activity. Even gentle exercises like ankle rotations, heel lifts, or short walks stimulate blood flow, alleviating pressure within your veins and arteries. Third, consider compression stockings if recommended by your healthcare provider. These specialized garments apply gentle pressure on your legs, helping push blood upward toward your heart, reducing swelling and preventing further skin damage. Fourth, pay close attention to nutrition. Diets rich in colorful fruits and vegetables, whole grains, lean proteins, and healthy fats, like omega-3 from fish or olive oil, directly support vascular health. Conversely, limit sodium intake, as excessive salt exacerbates fluid retention and venous pressure. Most importantly, don't dismiss skin discoloration as harmless aging. Early medical evaluation can detect underlying heart or vascular conditions, allowing timely intervention through lifestyle changes, medications, or minimally invasive procedures that restore healthy blood flow. Section 3. Cold feet and legs. Silent signals of poor circulation. Your feet and legs are essentially at the very end of your circulatory system. Think of them as the furthest points on a delivery route. Your heart is the powerful pump responsible for circulating warm, oxygen-rich blood throughout your entire body. But if this pump weakens, or if the delivery routes, your arteries, become narrowed or blocked, blood flow dramatically slows. Just like houses at the end of a weakly supplied water line, your legs and feet suffer first, turning noticeably colder. According to the American Heart Association, AHA, chronic coldness in your feet and legs isn't just a comfort issue. It's often a key warning sign of cardiovascular disease. In fact, the AHA's extensive research highlights that people experiencing consistently cold extremities have approximately a 40% increased risk of serious cardiovascular problems, including heart attacks, stroke, and peripheral artery disease. But why does this happen? Poor circulation, medically known as peripheral artery disease, PAD, typically results from the buildup of plaque within your arteries. Picture your arteries as flexible pipes delivering warm blood. Over time, cholesterol, calcium, and other substances can form a sticky layer inside these pipes, slowly narrowing their diameter. As these pathways become restricted, less warm blood reaches your lower legs and feet, resulting in chronic coldness. Left unaddressed, PAD not only causes persistent discomfort, it can also significantly raise the risk of life-threatening cardiovascular events. Here's how to recognize if poor circulation might be behind your cold legs. Persistent cold sensation, even in warm environments, is a hallmark sign. You may notice this particularly in your toes or lower legs. Unequal temperature between limbs. One leg consistently colder than the other is a red flag indicating a severe blockage in a larger artery. Discomfort at night. Many individuals find their cold legs more pronounced when lying flat, as blood flow naturally slows without gravity's assistance. Numbness and tingling. Alongside the cold, you may experience sensations of numbness, pins and needles, or even mild burning, indicating reduced nerve function due to insufficient circulation. Delayed healing. Cuts or bruises on your feet and lower legs might heal extremely slowly due to compromised blood supply. Why should these symptoms alarm you? Because cold legs and feet mean your arteries are struggling to supply your tissues with vital oxygen and nutrients. The very same processes affecting your legs are also occurring in the arteries around your heart and brain, areas where blockages can quickly become deadly. Recognizing and addressing these signs early can be life-saving. So, what practical steps can you take today to protect your health? First, prioritize gentle, regular exercise. It doesn't have to be strenuous. Walking just 15 to 30 minutes daily significantly improves circulation. Your calf muscles act like natural pumps, assisting your heart by pushing blood back up your legs. Second, consider incorporating simple circulation-boosting routines. Rotate your ankles, wiggle your toes, or stretch your legs several times a day. Each small movement helps stimulate blood flow, warming your limbs. Third, embrace warmth. Daily warm foot baths or gentle massage can temporarily relieve symptoms and help stimulate circulation. But avoid excessively hot water, as your skin's sensitivity may be compromised by poor circulation. Fourth, pay attention to clothing choices. Wear comfortably fitting socks and shoes that do not constrict circulation. Tight clothing or shoes can further restrict blood flow, exacerbating your symptoms. Most importantly, if you smoke, now is the time to quit. Smoking dramatically accelerates arterial blockage by damaging blood vessel walls and promoting plaque buildup. Studies show that quitting smoking can rapidly improve your circulation, significantly reducing cardiovascular risks. Additionally, review your diet carefully. Consuming foods rich in heart-healthy nutrients, such as omega-3 fatty acids found in fish, antioxidants in berries, and fiber-rich whole grains, can help prevent further arterial narrowing and inflammation. Section 4. Slow wound healing, when your body can't repair itself. Have you ever noticed that a simple scratch or cut on your leg, which would once heal within days, now seems to linger for weeks? Maybe you've observed that minor injuries reopen easily, or simply never seem to completely heal. While it might be tempting to shrug this off as just another sign of aging, slow wound healing is actually your body's way of sending an urgent message. Something critical is happening beneath the surface, directly related to your heart and circulation. To fully grasp this, let's picture your body as a busy construction site. Each time you get injured, whether it's a small scrape or a deeper cut, a highly coordinated repair team quickly rushes to the scene. This team includes immune cells that fight infections, nutrients and proteins that rebuild tissue, and oxygen, your body's fuel, that energizes the entire healing process. The key delivery system that transports all these essential elements is your blood, pumped vigorously by your heart. But what happens if this delivery system becomes compromised? If your heart weakens, or if the pathways, your arteries, are narrowed or obstructed, the crucial supplies necessary for tissue repair simply don't arrive efficiently at the wound site. Imagine trying to rebuild a damaged house without sufficient building materials or workers arriving on time. Healing slows dramatically, leaving you vulnerable to infections and other complications. Scientific research confirms how critical this issue is. According to an eye-opening study published in the Journal of Wound Care, people experiencing delayed wound healing in their legs face an astonishing 5-fold increase in the risk of serious cardiovascular events, including heart attacks and strokes. This is because the same factors causing wounds to heal slowly, such as impaired blood flow, are also silently damaging your heart and arteries. But why does poor circulation impair wound healing so severely? When blood flow slows down, your tissues become starved of oxygen and essential nutrients. Without sufficient oxygen, your immune cells can't effectively combat invading bacteria, leaving wounds susceptible to infections. Moreover, new skin cells and connective tissue, essential for healing, cannot regenerate adequately without a robust blood supply. This leads to wounds that remain open, inflamed, or repeatedly reopen, creating a vicious cycle of damage and vulnerability. If you have diabetes, the stakes become even higher. Diabetes significantly compounds the problem because elevated blood sugar levels damage both tiny blood vessels and nerves, particularly in your legs and feet. Damaged nerves mean you might not feel pain as acutely, allowing wounds to go unnoticed and untreated for longer periods. High glucose levels also feed infections, slowing the healing process even further. Every year, thousands of diabetic individuals tragically require amputations simply because minor wounds were allowed to worsen unnoticed or untreated. Here are key signs you need to watch out for. Wounds that take longer than 2 weeks to heal. A simple cut or scratch should normally heal fully within 7 to 10 days. If it's taking longer, your circulation may be compromised. Recurrent infections or inflammation, redness, warmth, swelling, or discharge from wounds indicate infection due to inadequate immune response at the wound site. Wounds growing larger, not smaller. Instead of gradually closing, some wounds expand or deepen, a clear signal of insufficient blood flow. Lack of pain around wounds. If a wound looks serious but doesn't hurt, nerve damage may already be occurring, particularly if you have diabetes. General skin fragility. Your skin bruises easily or tears with minor bumps. This is a sign your tissues aren't receiving the nourishment they desperately need. Fortunately, there are clear steps you can take immediately to help your body heal and protect your cardiovascular health. First, inspect your feet and legs daily. Regular monitoring helps you spot issues before they escalate. Document any wounds, even minor ones, and track how long they take to heal. Taking regular photos can assist your doctor in identifying patterns. Second, keep your skin healthy and resilient. Gently cleanse wounds with mild soap and lukewarm water, then apply an unscented moisturizer to prevent dryness and cracking, which slows healing further. Third, always wear protective footwear, even indoors, to prevent accidental injuries that can quickly turn severe in people with poor circulation. Fourth, manage your blood sugar meticulously if you have diabetes. Stable glucose levels significantly enhance your body's ability to heal itself. Fifth, prioritize a nutrient-rich diet rich in vitamins and proteins essential for tissue repair. Foods abundant in vitamin C, zinc, and high-quality proteins directly support wound healing. Section 5. Unusual leg pain or cramps. Muscle cries you shouldn't ignore. Imagine you're enjoying a gentle walk in your neighborhood, feeling relaxed and at ease. Suddenly, a sharp cramp grips your calf muscle so tightly that you're forced to stop. After resting briefly, the pain subsides, but just a few steps later, it returns. This pattern, pain during movement that eases with rest, is called intermittent claudication, or as many doctors describe it, the window shopping disease, because sufferers often pause frequently, appearing to browse storefronts when, in reality, they're waiting for their leg pain to pass. But why does this happen? And what is your body desperately trying to tell you? Your muscles, especially during movement, require a continuous supply of oxygen-rich blood. Under normal circumstances, your arteries expand to accommodate increased blood flow, supplying muscles with the necessary oxygen and nutrients. However, if your arteries have narrowed or are blocked due to plaque buildup, a condition known as peripheral artery disease, PAD, your muscles become starved of oxygen when they need it most. The resulting pain or cramps you experience are essentially your muscles' desperate cry for help. Intermittent claudication is far from just a minor inconvenience. It's a major red flag that indicates your entire cardiovascular system may be at risk. A significant study by the European Society of Cardiology found that individuals suffering from intermittent claudication have a startling 4 times greater risk of having a heart attack and 3 times greater risk of stroke compared to those without these symptoms. This connection arises because the same narrowed arteries causing leg cramps also affect arteries around your heart and brain. Yet many people mistakenly dismiss these symptoms as a normal part of aging. They gradually reduce their walking distances or modify their activities, thinking it's simply the natural slowing down of life after 65. But ignoring these signals can lead to severe consequences. Let's delve deeper into recognizing the subtle, yet critical signs your body is giving you. Pain during activity. The hallmark sign is calf or thigh pain triggered by walking or climbing stairs, easing when you rest. The distance you can walk before the pain starts often shortens over time, going from kilometers to mere meters. Pain at rest. If leg pain occurs even when you're sitting or lying down, especially at night, it's a more serious sign indicating severely reduced blood flow. This demands immediate medical evaluation. Burning or tingling sensations. Sometimes the sensation is not just pain but burning or tingling, indicating nerve damage from prolonged poor circulation, commonly observed in diabetics. Heavy legs. A constant feeling of heaviness or fatigue, as though your legs are burdened by invisible weights, can be a subtle early indicator of arterial problems. Why is intermittent claudication so critical to address early? Because it can silently steal your mobility, independence, and ultimately your quality of life. It forces people to slowly withdraw from activities they once enjoyed, leading to decreased physical fitness, loss of muscle mass, and increasing cardiovascular vulnerability. So, what practical steps can you take if you're experiencing these symptoms? First, acknowledge and document your pain clearly. Keep a simple diary noting when and how the pain occurs, how far you can walk before it sets in, and how long rest takes for the pain to subside. These records will provide valuable information for your healthcare provider. Second, don't shy away from movement. Ironically, despite the pain, regular walking is one of the most effective treatments for intermittent claudication. The key is practicing interval walking. Walk until you experience mild discomfort, rest until it subsides, then walk again. This method actually encourages your body to develop new collateral arteries, naturally bypassing blockages and improving blood flow to your legs. Third, adopt a heart-friendly diet. Nutritional choices that protect your heart, such as lean proteins, healthy fats, whole grains, and vegetables also directly benefit your arterial health. Avoid processed foods, excessive salt, and sugars that contribute to arterial inflammation and blockages. Fourth, if you smoke, quitting is imperative. Smoking drastically accelerates artery damage and worsens intermittent claudication. Within just weeks of quitting, circulation can significantly improve, reducing pain and enhancing walking ability. Fifth, discuss targeted treatments with your doctor. There are medications designed specifically to improve circulation and reduce artery blockages. In advanced cases, minimally invasive procedures like angioplasty, using tiny balloons and stents, can restore healthy blood flow. Section 6. Skin thinning and changes. Your skin reveals heart health. Have you ever noticed your leg's skin becoming thinner, almost translucent, as though it's turning into delicate parchment paper? Perhaps your skin appears shiny, stretched tight, or so fragile that even a minor bump results in a bruise or small tear. While many of us quickly attribute these changes to normal aging, your skin might actually be revealing critical clues about your cardiovascular health. Thin, transparent skin is not merely a cosmetic issue. It's an early indicator that your cardiovascular system might be under significant stress. When your heart weakens or blood vessels narrow, blood flow to the skin drastically decreases. Consequently, your skin receives fewer nutrients, loses elasticity, and becomes visibly thinner and more vulnerable. But why exactly does your skin become so thin? It's due to atrophy, a term describing the gradual thinning and weakening of tissue caused by reduced blood supply. Over time, this reduction in circulation weakens the underlying collagen structure, making the skin appear shiny, tight, and prone to tearing. You may even start seeing a network of veins beneath the surface more clearly, as though you're viewing a map of your cardiovascular system through your skin. In fact, a groundbreaking study published in the Journal of Investigative Dermatology discovered a powerful correlation between skin thinning and cardiovascular health. According to their research, individuals over 60 who exhibited significant thinning and transparency of their leg skin faced a 70% higher risk of developing serious cardiovascular events, including heart attacks and strokes. The skin on your legs truly acts as a direct window into the state of your heart. Beyond thinning, there are other important changes you should be vigilant about. Shiny, taut skin. If your skin looks unnaturally glossy or feels stretched and tight, it could indicate chronic inflammation in the underlying blood vessels, suggesting a compromised circulatory system. Loss of leg hair. Noticing your leg hair becoming sparse or completely disappearing. Hair follicles depend heavily on robust blood flow, and a loss of hair could signify that critical circulation is impaired. Orange peel texture. Dimpled or uneven skin resembling an orange peel may result from chronic swelling, edema, or impaired lymphatic drainage, both of which often accompany compromised cardiovascular function. Chronic itching. Poor circulation can also cause severe and persistent itching. The urge to scratch repeatedly can lead to wounds that heal poorly, exacerbating skin damage and increasing the risk of infection. Why are these skin changes so significant? Simply put, they reflect deeper, more dangerous conditions within your cardiovascular system. The very processes responsible for skin thinning, decreased oxygen, nutrient deprivation, inflammation, and chronic swelling are the same processes occurring silently within your arteries and your heart. So, how can you protect your skin and, by extension, your heart health? Firstly, adopt a diligent skincare routine. Moisturize daily with fragrance-free, hypoallergenic creams or ointments specifically formulated for sensitive and thinning skin. Consistent hydration helps your skin retain its barrier function and elasticity. Secondly, minimize skin injuries. Even minor bumps or scrapes can lead to prolonged healing or infection. Wear protective clothing during activities like gardening, and avoid overly aggressive rubbing or scratching. Thirdly, gently stimulate circulation. Regular, gentle massages of your legs can help boost blood flow, nourishing your skin and improving overall health. Additionally, moderate daily physical activity, such as short walks or light stretching, can greatly enhance circulation. Fourth, control inflammation through diet. Foods rich in omega-3 fatty acids, antioxidants, and vitamins, especially vitamin C, vitamin E, and zinc, can help support both skin and cardiovascular health. Conversely, reducing processed foods, sugars, and excess salt can lower inflammation, thereby protecting your arteries and your skin. Fifth, address any underlying health conditions. Skin thinning is often exacerbated by diabetes, peripheral artery disease, or venous insufficiency. Managing these conditions actively in consultation with your doctor is crucial for improving skin health and preventing further damage. Section 7. Weakness and fatigue in legs, the silent loss of strength. Let's make something clear from the start. Consistent weakness or unusual fatigue in your legs isn't simply about age. It's actually your body's subtle, yet critical way of communicating that your heart isn't able to meet the demands placed upon it. Your legs, being the furthest from your heart, are often the first to suffer from insufficient circulation. In a sense, they're the earliest indicators of a heart that struggles to pump effectively. Think of your muscles like engines. They need fuel, oxygen-rich blood, and nutrients to work properly. When your heart weakens or your arteries narrow due to plaque buildup, the supply line for this essential fuel becomes compromised. As a result, your leg muscles tire more easily, feel weaker, and lose endurance. It's like trying to run your car on an almost empty gas tank. You can move forward, but slowly, with increasing difficulty. This silent loss of strength can manifest gradually, so subtly that you hardly notice it at first. Perhaps you subconsciously start making small adjustments in your daily routine, taking elevators instead of stairs, avoiding activities you previously enjoyed, or simply walking less. Before you realize it, your world begins to shrink, and tasks that once were easy become challenging. But what does science say about this hidden symptom? Researchers at Harvard Medical School conducted a long-term study tracking over 5,000 adults aged 65 and older. The findings were striking. Participants who reported increasing leg weakness or fatigue had an 80% higher risk of experiencing serious cardiovascular events, such as heart attacks or strokes, within just 5 years. Your leg strength, it turns out, is a remarkably accurate predictor of your future heart health. Weakness and fatigue can appear in several ways. Early fatigue during activity. Perhaps a short walk that once felt effortless now leaves you breathless or exhausted. Heaviness or dragging sensation. Your legs feel as if weights have been attached, each step requiring more effort than before. Muscle trembling after exertion. After even moderate activity, your leg muscles might shake or quiver, signaling that they've reached their limits. Loss of strength. Standing up from a chair or climbing stairs now seems significantly more difficult or requires assistance. Balance issues. You might find yourself unsteady, particularly when navigating uneven surfaces or stairs. Alarmingly, these symptoms sometimes present unevenly, one leg noticeably weaker than the other, which could indicate a blockage in a critical artery, a situation demanding immediate medical attention. Even more concerning is if your leg weakness progressively worsens throughout the day. Feeling relatively strong in the morning, but having legs that feel like jelly by evening is a classic sign of a struggling heart. Essentially, your heart is fighting a constant battle all day, becoming increasingly fatigued. Weakness in your legs often accompanies other symptoms such as shortness of breath, swelling in your feet or ankles, rapid heartbeat, or heart palpitations. Together, these symptoms form a clear picture of heart failure, a condition where your heart can't effectively circulate blood throughout your body. But there's good news. When detected early, heart failure and related conditions can often be managed effectively through lifestyle adjustments and medical interventions. Your leg's weakness isn't a final verdict. Rather, it's an urgent call to action. So what practical steps can you take to regain strength, protect your heart, and reclaim your life? First, don't ignore your body's signals. Acknowledge changes in your strength and endurance, and document these changes over time. Write down how long or far you can comfortably walk, or note how activities like climbing stairs feel compared to a few months ago. Second, prioritize daily movement. Even if your legs feel weak, staying as active as possible is crucial. Moderate activities like short daily walks, gentle swimming, or simple at-home exercises improve circulation, strengthen muscles, and help your heart perform more effectively. Third, enhance your nutrition. Heart-friendly foods rich in antioxidants, omega-3 fatty acids, and essential nutrients like potassium, magnesium, and B vitamins can support better circulation and muscle health. Limit salt intake to reduce swelling and fluid retention, and avoid processed foods that contribute to inflammation and vascular damage. Fourth, monitor your heart and circulatory health closely. Regular medical checkups can detect early issues before they become severe. If you have conditions like diabetes or high blood pressure, keeping these under control is vital to maintaining leg strength and heart health. Finally, consider medical support when necessary. If you experience consistent weakness, fatigue, or other related symptoms, consult a healthcare provider. Treatment options today range from medication adjustments to specialized therapies that significantly improve your quality of life. And if you found this video helpful, don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit that notification bell. Join our community dedicated to proactive health, where we empower each other to live stronger, healthier lives every single day.